Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news. It is the 15th of March 2025. We're going to be talking about what's gone on over the last week, what's coming up. What have we got for you? The latest Alpha 4.1 patch and sort of some of the features they put in over the last few days. Stella Fortuna, that's going to be running for the next week or two. And we've got a recap of the Inside Star Citizen that they just put out about mocap, the current in-game events, and a roadmap update for you as well. So let's take a look at the Star Citizen newsletter, which sort of details this and chuck in a load of extra bits and bobs for you. Stella Fortuna is live in the verse. Celebrate the anniversary of the first successful human colony on Mars with a Spectrum badge, a community bar crawl screenshot contest, and all new racing gear. There's loads going on with this. So there's green ships and skins to buy in the RSI store. There's also, yeah, some of these exclusive racing skins, a Star Kitten racing suit, actually a few different racing suits and packs available with that for people that are so inclined. Often things like this do turn up in the game's loot pool eventually, typically after 3 months, at least sometimes, pretty rarely, but they typically will add them to the loot pool. Not everything, so bear that in mind. Not 100% sure what will be added or not. Also, interestingly, players are potentially more incentivized to purchase FPS gear more like this now, because of the addition of the Tier 0 item recovery, which has you respawning with your equipped items and makes them unlootable from you as well, which I think is interesting. Obviously, that's the start of item recovery. Eventually, you've got Tier 1 and Tier 2, which will have people still being able to loot you and potentially even be able to get those items working again. And once they're bricked, once you've sort of said, no, I'm claiming this. Oh no, that's bricked the armor, that's bricked this weapon. But anyway, that's the future of item recovery. At the moment, it just functions as you basically respawn with your equipped gear. Items can still be looted out of your backpack and sort of your pockets and stuff. That stuff doesn't respawn with you. There's a load of events still running, so until the end of the month, until 4.1 goes live, you've still got Fight for Pyro and Supply or Die running. At the end of the month, the Align and Mine event will start, but at the moment, dive into the all-new global event, Supply or Die. Reap the benefits with the tier-based reward system. Every mission you complete brings you closer to even greater earnings, so keep pushing forward. Align with either the Citizens for Prosperity or the Headhunters, each offering distinct combat and non-combat activities to shape your experience. Reap the benefits of aiding your faction. The more missions you complete, the more you're rewarded. So there's basically 3 tiers of gear that you can get. There's a decorative diorama for your hangar environment. There's also the Ravager 212 Outcast twin shotgun, and then the Outcast paints for the Drake Vulture, Misk Prospector, and Misk Fortune. And you can do tasks that involve you basically fighting to get a commodity, or you can salvage, or you can mine. In the RSA newsletter as well, they outline a new Ripley voice pack for HCS voice packs. So if you use voice attack or whatever, these are cool sort of voice packs that interact with Star Citizen. Interestingly, it appears whoever voiced this pack wishes to remain uncredited and anonymous. Unless it's magic, I don't believe it's voiced by Sigourney Weaver or anything like that. The latest episode of Inside Star Citizen looked at mocapping and a new NPC that Jared Disco Lando is voicing, a news anchor that will appear in the Persistent universe. But CIG have a very developed high-tech studio that's perfect for Star Citizen needs in terms of motion capture, video capture, audio capture, that sort of stuff, and adding new characters when needed is actually pretty easy for them. The sneak peek in this week's newsletter looked at one of the Hathor facilities in Stanton that are now part of the Align and Mine event coming in Alpha 4.1. You'll go to these, you'll fight around and try and find sort of different security cards, which will enable you to get deeper and deeper into the facility, and then you'll want to get basically the alignment pad, the sort of circuit board that allows you to then align the satellites. You'll do that with 3 facilities and take some batteries up to the orbital mining laser to get it to fire and open up some mines, some caves there to get some very rare resources. So yeah, in Star Citizen Alpha 4.1, it's now open PTU, so it went through various patches over the week. They have made a ton of updates to 4.1, getting the Align and Mine events and new Hathor locations sort of functional, the satellite facilities, the orbital mining laser, the underground mines with new materials there, the Valakar juvenile sandworms that have been added to the game. They've also made a big balance pass on FPS weapons. There's a brand new mission giver and their trade posts with sweet rewards that they've got working. Ship updates allowing for pilots of the Corsair, Reclaimer, Carrack, Valkyrie, Raft, Starlifter and more to have access to some more weapons, basically slaving some of the remote turrets by default. They've made big updates to physics and ship ramming. In the most recent PTU patch, they had some additional polish to the Hathor locations. Wicklow, the brand new collector, his turning requirements have been temporarily reduced for the PTU to about 10% of what they would normally be, so that people can sort of test the rewards and stuff more freely. There are some pretty cool rewards. There's some very cool ships and even big ships like Polarises and stuff. And they've opened his showroom, his like museum, to the public now at those Banu Emporiums. But they've made a load of polish passes on all the facilities and items that are sort of new there. They've tweaked the landing pad gravity on the Hathor space station, the mining laser there. Juvenile Valakars are no longer performing melee attacks and will instead burrow and relocate when a player approaches them. They will also stagger more consistently, and attack and death behaviors have had a polish pass for them. The collector missions have had some narrative polish. They've increased the green zone for FPS minables to support better readability on the UI. They've slightly increased the Grin multi-tool power for mining. The Vault rifle has had some balance adjustments, so they've added ammo to all of the Stanton shops and all of the pyro stations. They've also sort of decreased the projectile damage from 15 to 13, and the beam damage has increased from 150 to 210. So the longer you fire that weapon, the sort of quicker it fires and then becomes a beam, which is a lot more damaging. But when it overheats, that will sort of pause its firing, and eventually will actually cause a lot of wear to the weapon. There are a load of bug fixes here as well, fixing a load of server crashes and client crashes, getting the economy working in a lot of areas with kiosks working a lot better, and the ability to be able to move commodities and cargo around. Various streaming issues were solved, various desync issues. More missions should be fully functional. They fixed an issue that would have players respawn immediately upon entering executive hangars. There's some additional transit and elevator fixes as well. There is a major blocker in this current build. BW in spikes and drops to 0 for short stalls is what it's listed as. But in reality, this means pauses in receiving network data from the server. This is not ideal, and hopefully will be solved ASAP. That needs to get solved before they consider pushing it out to live. You can expect that to be live by the end of March, at least that is the plan. In Star Citizen's latest roadmap update, they did confirm a variety of the expected features for 4.1, which sort of already went over, but they also updated a few 1.0 features, expanding out their contents, basically going, we've got IFCS and control surfaces all bundled into one, sort of big updates to those. Quantum travel experience has sort of been rebranded from just Quantum Boost, sort of big updates to that stuff. And then they want an realistic audio mode, which will sort of work with vibration and give players a more realistic version of the audio if they want it. Boom! That's it for your Star Citizen updates today. I'm really interested to know your experiences with Alpha 4.1 in the current build. Are you having a great time? Are you having a terrible time? What do you think of that Align and Mine missions? What do you think of the Valakar? What do you think of the Banded Collector? Have you been getting involved with those other events? Whatever your thoughts or questions, chuck them in the comments below. A good reason to comment down below as well is because every month we have a ship giveaway. All you need to do is comment on any of my videos made during the month of March to be in for a chance of winning a Super Hornet Mark II with Heartseeker kit that was kindly given to us by Cloud Imperium Games. It also comes with lifetime insurance and a game package. Also, you can help support the channel by using the join button underneath or becoming a Patreon, something like that. Like, share, subscribe, all that sort of jazz. Or maybe you want to get yourself some NordVPN, nordvpn.com/BoredGamer, or use the links below for big discounts on that. I use NordVPN. I think a VPN is integral to your internet toolbox for having better security, accessibility, and privacy on the interwebs. Maybe you want some eye tracking stuff for some natively supported precision head and eye tracking for Star Citizen, then check out the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Again, links down below to that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your March and a fantastic Alpha 4.1 experience. Thanks once again for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.